Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Leaders World. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. I should be live. It says I'm live, but I can't seem to find myself live online. If anybody's out there, let me know. Find myself live. Okay. Online. If anybody's out there, let me know. Okay. I'm talking to myself right now. But we're going to get this started as soon as we get a couple of people hopefully come on into the room. And I got my notes here today, and we're going to be talking about what I eat to lose weight after gastric bypass. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that today. Hello, welcome to the live. We're trying to give a few people a chance to come on in. And tonight's topic is going to be about what I eat to continue to lose weight, what I'm doing to continue to lose weight, medications, all about life after gastric bypass. I guess that person didn't want to be here because they left. So I guess I'm going to keep talking to myself. Well, we're going to get this thing started in a few minutes. We're going to talk about what it is and how it is once you have had gastric bypass. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And I hope everybody that do watch this video get something out of it, because gastric bypass is something that is not easy, and it's a choice that we make in order to live a better, healthier life. And I made the choice to have gastric bypass, well, to have the weight loss surgery. I finally made up my mind December. No, it wasn't December. It was in 2019. It's when I finally made up my mind that I was going to have the gastric bypass surgery. And that was one of the hardest decisions I ever made, because I have put in for the surgery several times, and then I walked away from the surgery several times. I think I must have went to the classes at least 4 or 5 times throughout my life, starting in, I don't know, it was in 2000, probably about 2008. Yeah, about 2008 was the first time I went in, and I backed out of the surgery because of fear. Fear of getting this gastric bypass and all the things that I was not allowed to do, not allowed to eat, not allowed to eat after gastric bypass, and the complications that it will cause. Hi, welcome to the live. This is what I eat after gastric bypass. We're going to be getting into that. I'm trying to wait on a couple more people to come into the live. But so what I'm doing is I'm just talking and explaining how I got here, pretty much. So, yeah, so I walked away from the surgery in 2008 because they were saying that only 10%, at that time, 10% of the people who had the surgery didn't make it. And I'm like, hell, I could be part of that 10%. So, no, this is not the surgery for me. And then the second time I went to go and have the surgery, now this is crazy. Um, I'm sitting in one of the classes, and the doctors is talking and telling us everything. And they said, you can never have an aspirin. You again. You can never um, do Alka Seltzer. It was all these things that you could never do because of the surgery. Well, that scared me. So guess what? I backed out again. And then I backed out a third time. I don't know the reason why. I just said, nope, it's not for me. But when I hit 439 pounds, you don't realize how you let yourself go. And I had let myself go so bad because I didn't realize it. And I know some people saying, how the hell you don't know you weighed over you got to 439 pounds. Well, I tell you, you don't realize it when you working the way I worked. I used to work 6 to 7 days a week, and I got to the point to where I was doing overtime. I'd get up at 3:45 in the morning, and I would leave my house at 4:45 in the morning to be at work for 6 o'clock, which was a 45-minute, 50-minute drive. And I will start my day at 6, and I don't get off work until 5:30. That's right. I will work from 6 to 5:30, 6 to 4:30, 5:30, because I would do 3 hours of overtime. If they offered 3 hours of overtime, I did 3 hours of overtime. So this is how I wind up getting up to 439 pounds and not realizing it. Work, 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 and more work. And when I come home, all you want to do is eat, watch TV, and get in bed by 8:30 and start all over again. I made good money. So, um, and that was the result of me putting money first, taking care of family and everything first, put everybody first, job, family, friends, everybody before me. And that's how I got to 439 pounds. One day I just looked up and I went shopping at Sam's Club. I'll never forget this day. I went shopping at Sam's Club. And while I was in Sam's Club, I got my little basket. I'm finna shop like I always do. When I tell you, I couldn't even get all the way down the aisle without my back hurting, my legs was hurting, and I was looking for something to sit down on. I seen a pallet of waters. Yes, a pallet of waters. I threw my coat down and sat on that pallet of water just to relieve the pressure off my legs and my back. And that was the first time my weight started bothering me. I don't think I was even 439 at that time, but I was probably in my high threes, working my way up and not realizing it. And so as I walked on around the store, I had to sit down again. And I had to sit down again. And that became my life. And I think the most embarrassing moment was I used to catch Amtrak to work. I would drive my car to the Amtrak station, get on the Amtrak, go upstairs, sit down. And one day I had to use the restroom. And I like to use the great big bathroom downstairs because it was huge. A wheelchair can go in there. You could have 10 people in that bathroom. That's how huge it was. So it was so spacious. So this day, the bathroom downstairs wasn't working. So I went to the other car in the Amtrak to use the restroom. Now, mind you, I'm weighing probably 400 pounds by now. So I went to the other car and I had to climb these little narrow stairs on Amtrak to get to and walk all the way through, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, through people. That was embarrassing, but that was my life. So I had to go through them, go downstairs just to find out that that bathroom had somebody in it. And I'm standing there for the longest, and the person never came out. And that's when I realized it was somebody who probably stole a ride on the train. So I went upstairs, and they had these restrooms upstairs. And I'm not lying. The doors on the restrooms upstairs was smaller than the doors on the airplane bathrooms. And you know how little those doors are. So I called myself going to go in the bathroom. Why couldn't fit through the door? And that was an aha moment for me. I was like, oh my God. It was embarrassing. Luckily, didn't nobody see me. So I just went and I went to another car and I kept going until I found a car that had another large bathroom so I can use the restroom. And I think that was probably the last time I caught Amtrak to work. After that, I started driving to work just because of that. That's how embarrassing it was. And I had to go a lot, so I knew I didn't want that to ever happen again. Yeah, so that's how you get up to 439 pounds, and you just don't realize it. And then it just started affecting your life. From that point on, it got to the point to whereas I couldn't sit in certain seats because, the handles on the side of the seat, I would sit in them and then they would dig into my legs. It would hurt so bad. They would just be, it's like I'd be stuffed in there. But I had to sit down because standing was hurting me. So I would just have to sit down. And it got to the point when I traveled. I used to love to travel, to come here to Georgia a lot to visit my son. Before I got real big, I would come to visit him before I even had grandkids. I would come at least once a month, once every other month. It wasn't nothing to fly out here. Then it got to the point where I could not even get on. When you get in the plane, I felt my body going over in the other people's seats. So I started paying for 2 seats just so the other person can be comfortable and I could be comfortable. But I was more so doing it for the other person. It wasn't even about me at this point. I just wanted to make sure that the passenger sitting next to me was comfortable in their seat. So I would purchase 2 seats. Well, prices of plane tickets started going up. I used to get 2 seats for like $400 coming to Georgia. And as they start going up, I stopped coming as often. So I went from purchasing 2 seats to purchasing the first class seat, which was way, way more. But by this time I was making good money, so why not enjoy the comforts? So I started going nothing but first class whenever I would come to see my son. But I stopped coming as frequently because the cost was so much more. And so I would come down here and first class seats. And if I couldn't get a first class seat to fly, then I would buy 2 seats to fly. Because like I said, I was just that large and I did not want to infringe on the other passengers. And after doing this for so many years, I decided it's time to get the gastric bypass. It's time to revisit. And sorry, guys, I'm having a private summer over here. It's time to revisit and go back to the doctor and see about getting the gastric bypass. And I weighed myself, and I was weighing 439 pounds. Now, you may hear people say, "Oh, I don't mind being big. I'm big, I'm sexy, and all this and that." Yeah, that's a bunch of crap. I did think that I was big and cute. That part is true, and sexy and all that. But it was not fun being that size. Yeah, I could dress good. Yeah, I could make my makeup, wear my makeup, and wear the nice hair, the weaves, and the nails, and you know, look good. But was I really happy? No, I wasn't. Because when you went out with your friends or something, and I would go with them, we go to dinner. Just imagine having to walk through a restaurant and you 400 pounds. Now you got to try and look. You're scoping the room. And anybody tell you they don't do that and they're weighing over 400, 350 pounds, they lying. Your friends that's that big, if you have any, we are looking to see, can we fit through between these chairs where these people are sitting without offending them. Trust me, because I would have to, some restaurants, you know how they be having y'all them tables all packed in and them little restaurants, and you gotta squeeze through. That is no fun, because now your body is all, you're infringing on somebody else's personal space because of your size. And it's, food is a disease. It's a disease. I was like, I used to tell, I realized one day my friend was talking to me. I told him I'm like a crack addict. It's like being on drugs when it comes to eating. And he understood then, because he used to try and tell me, there's no way. I remember you used to be so small and you used to lose weight every time you gained 50, 60 pounds. You would take that weight off. And I told him it's not that easy. I said, it's just like a dope fiend. I said, think about an alcoholic and a dope fiend. Can they just walk away? I said, the difference is with a dope fiend and an alcoholic, they can live without drugs. I cannot live without food. Tell me one person who can live without food. And he looked at me and he said, oh my God, I never even thought about it like that. I say, yeah, think about it like that. You can't live without food, but you can live without alcohol and you can live without drugs. So when you go through those rehab treatments and stuff like that, you take yourself out of those type of environments, you'll never have that temptation, because you don't allow yourself to be around it. Now, people who keep falling back on drugs and getting back on alcohol, that's because they go to the drugs or they're going to the alcohol. But it's still hard for them to leave it alone. But at least they can, if they really, really want to, they can put themselves somewhere where they never have to see it, touch it, or do it until they get over it. Me, I will always be around food, and I would always have to have food. That is the hardest thing about being overweight and an overeater. So with that being said, how you doing? If you like, you can say hi in the chat and let me know who you are and where you're from. And if this is your first time ever following me. And right now we're going to go over some things that I did, and I wrote some notes down to lose weight and to change my eating habit. First, I'm going to give you some numbers. I have lost weight. If you follow me, you know by my vlogs, I finally got out of the 300, out of 280. I'm down. I went from 280 finally, and I broke it. And I was, I think the last post 2 weeks ago, I had posted that I was weighing 278. Last Monday, not this past Monday, but Monday before last, I weighed in at 276 pounds. As of yesterday afternoon, and I don't know why I weighed myself in the afternoon. As of yesterday afternoon, I had lost weight and I am down to 270 pounds. Hi, Dee. Welcome to Valita's World. Thank you for joining me. Um, and I'm down now to 270 pounds. I am so elated about the weight loss. I have lost 6 pounds in a week. And I'll tell you how I did it. I follow this lady. Her channel is called Getting Back to Pat. And Getting Back to Pat keep talking about this 75 salt that she's on, a 75 salt. And so I asked her, I said, what is a 75 salt? And she responded to my message and said, it's where you do a 75-day challenge. And she explained online in her next video that the challenge for her consisted of eating, exercise, and something else. I think she had 3 or 4 things on her list that she was going to do for 75 days. Well, your girl know herself. I know me. I'm not doing a whole lot of stuff for 75 days because for some reason I just can't. But one thing I committed to, I said I'm going to start with one thing at a time, and then I'll add the next time I do something like this. So I thought she said 72 days, but she said 75. I'm doing 72 days. I decided to work out for 72 days straight. I still eat the way I was eating. I still monitor my calories and try and count them and everything. And I was still losing weight prior to me doing this, but it would take like 3 weeks for me to lose 3 pounds. Well, with the working out, I incorporated working out every day instead of working out 1, 2, 3 days a week. A lot of times I work out 1 or 2 days a week. By me working out straight consistently, I'm noticing I'm just losing the weight. It's just started like within 2 days, I had lost like 2 pounds. And then I missed a day of losing, a couple of days of losing weight. Then I lost another 2 pounds. And then I lost another 2 pounds 2 days later. So within 7 days, I lost 6 pounds. And I'm happy about that. So right now, I am going to the pool. You'll see that in another vlog I will be putting up. I'm going to the pool every day. I am working out, walking back and forth, doing all I can do. Hey, welcome, Trina girl. Thank you. I'm working back and forth in the gym every day. I do arms. I lift my arms and my water weights. And it's a lap pool that I'm in. I can't take really any videos. I could, but because of other people being in the pool, I try and respect their privacy. So I'm walking back and forth in the swimming pool daily. I am lifting weights, the water weights, and pushing the water in and out like that. When I tell you, it's if you know about water, the water pressure is hard when you pulling back and pulling back and pulling. And I think that's another reason I'm losing the 6 pounds is because I work out at least 30 to 40 minutes in the swimming pool. Then from there, I'm getting in the jacuzzi for another 20 minutes and relaxing my body. Because your girl was trying to lift a bar for the basement. We found a bar on Facebook Marketplace. This one bar we have been wanting to buy, guys. I'm going all off topic. But that bar cost $1,500. And we found one in Stone Mountain for $100. She needs a little work, painting and stuff, but it's the exact bar, and all the drawers work to it and everything. So I was lifting it up and I pulled my back. And so since I've been in the water working out in the jacuzzi, when I tell you I feel so much better. My back is no longer hurting, but it did take off the 6 pounds. So I'm gonna show you guys some of my uh I'm gonna try and pull up some of my things I ate this week and show you. For some reason, it won't let me. I thought it would let me um, pull up pictures, but it's not. I don't get this. I'm trying to learn how to do things on this system here, but it does what it want to do. Hmm. It do not. It's not letting me pull in the pictures. All right, I can't pull it in. But anyway, I was going to show you guys some pictures of the foods that I eat. And I thought that once I went live, it would let me pull them in. It did let me pull them in when I was, it did let me pull them in last time, but for some reason this time it's granted out and it won't let me pull it in. So some of the foods that I did eat, I was eating salad. I would make me a nice huge salad with strawberries, and I cut up one apple in the cute salad, and I would eat on that. I still have some left. I made that salad 3 days ago, and I've been eating the salad, at least one salad a day, and I'll add some seared chicken that I sauteed in sesame oil. So that's one meal. For breakfast, I was having one scrambled egg, 1 ounce of Appleton, sliced Appleton ham. And it's the type of ham like what you would have on Thanksgiving or something, but it's sliced, but it comes like this in the slices. So I would eat 1 ounce of that, cut that up in the egg, and I would put 1 ounce of cheese in the egg. This is to make sure I'm getting my protein. And then I would scramble it up, and I'll have the mini low carb tortillas about this big, the mini ones like the street taco low carb flour tortilla, and I would have one or two of those with it. And that would be what I would eat for breakfast. Now, your girl have a problem when it comes to late night. So I be eating popcorn at night. Paulette and I will share a bag of popcorn, and I would eat that popcorn. But and we went out to eat twice since I've been doing this. I want you guys to know everything. I don't know. Have any of you guys ever heard of a Bria pizza? If so, let me know in the chat. Bria pizza. So we got a Bria pizza, and I ate 2 little slices of the Bria pizza, and it was a beef Bria pizza. And that was 600 calories for the 2 pieces of Bria pizza, but it was high in protein. Oh my God. The Bria pizza per slice is like 30 grams, 33 to 45 grams of protein. So those 2 slices of pizza gave me like 60, 70 grams of protein for the day. So that was great. I'm supposed to eat at least 60 grams of protein a day. And that was good. And I still lost the weight. And I really think it's the working out that's helping me. It was from a store here. It was a restaurant in a store, in a Mexican store. Trina girl, why don't you can Google Bria Pizza, Birra, I think Birra, Bria Pizza. I had never had it before, and a group that I follow on Facebook was talking about it, and I took Paulette because she loves pizza, and I got it. I wouldn't do that too often, but yeah, it was a treat. And the other place we went to was this restaurant out here called The Menu. And they had it was a soul food barbecue ribs. They had baked chicken. They had all kind of stuff. So I got the rib plate because I haven't found any good ribs since I've been out here. They were okay. They were pretty good. To be honest, they were pretty good. One of the best. And they had a smoker outside, and that old man, was smoking them ribs. And the great thing is, because I've been watching what I eat and maintaining, I ate one rib off that plate, one teaspoon of the macaroni and cheese that was on the plate, a teaspoon of a tablespoon of macaroni and cheese, I'm sorry, and a tablespoon of the candy yams, and your girl was stuffed. Do you hear me? One rib, a tablespoon of mac and cheese, and a tablespoon of candy yams, and I was stuffed. You would have thought I ate a whole plate of food. So I wound up putting the whole plate in the refrigerator. But the thing is, you come back and you eat like within 3-4 hours later, you're hungry again. So I went back and I ate a second rib. But the good thing is, instead of me eating 4 ribs, 5 ribs, I only ate 2 ribs that day. I ate a second rib for dinner and another tablespoon of, I think 2 tablespoons of mac and cheese. And I didn't eat none of the candy yams. And so that was dinner. And I think it was about 6 ribs on the plate, and I had given one to Paulette earlier. So the rest of the ribs, and it was still enough for another 2 helpings. I gave it to her. I told her she could eat it. I had, 2 pieces of ribs was enough for me. And I did one day. I did the next third day. The second day, I finished off the macaroni and cheese, but I didn't eat no more of the ribs. And that was it. But my main foods that I eat is I really try and cook at home. And I have these soy noodles you can buy on TikTok. A lot of people don't like noodles, but I like noodles. I like them Asian noodles with the sauce packets. And I had some spicy Asian noodles, 320 calories for 1 pack. And so I took 2 packs of the Asian noodles and I cooked them. I boiled them up, but I sauteed my chicken in some sesame oil with some purple onion and some bell peppers. No, I did purple onion, and the chicken in the sesame oil, garlic, and what else did I put in there? Cherry tomatoes and a little parsley to make it look good. When I tell you that wind up being one of the best meals ever. And let me see here. I'm going to see if I can pull it up so you guys can see it on my phone, because I'm not able to pull it in here. Now I see why I think on this one, you can only, on StreamYard, we can only do videos in here, not pictures. That's why my friend who I follow, PT, is always showing the pictures on his phone and not on StreamYard. So I'll show you. This is what I have for breakfast today. Can y'all see it? Let me see. Okay. That's a piece of the ham that I was telling you. That's 3 ounces of the ham and one piece of raisin toast. So that was breakfast today. This is breakfast one day. Let me see. I'm trying to see if y'all can see it. Oh, well, that one's not coming out. Maybe it's because I had it in the I'm trying to see. Well, that was supposed to be a bowl of eggs. I had one egg, one instant pack of grits, and a ham. Now, hopefully you can see this. That's my salad, guys. So that's the salad that I was telling you that I made, and I put um, the seared sesame chicken that I seared and put in the noodles. I put that in the salad, and that was really good. And I've been eating on that for the last few days, and it is so good. And what I'll do is I will put it in my Sunday video so you all can see it. And this is I don't know if you can see that. This is the noodles that I made in the pot. Now I do have a video of the noodles. Maybe I can um, pull up that video. Maybe I can pull up that video of the noodles. I might be able to pull that up, and you guys can see that if I can download it. But those noodles, they came out great. They really did. And it was worth it. And I ate on those. Now, mind you, remember I told you one pack of noodles is 320 or 50 calories, just one pack of noodles. And I used 2 packs, and the noodles lasted me for like 3 or 4 days. I kid you not. That's how long they lasted me. It's not export. Let me see. Export one video. So it's letting me do it, guys. It's letting me export it. I should have exported it earlier, but I thought I could do pictures. I didn't know it was the pictures that I could not do. So, and then once that export, then I'll bring it in so you can see it. So, yeah, so that's what I ate. And then one day I did salmon. I pan seared some salmon, and I put some up, and I had the salmon on top of a salad. And then I had some greens that I had frozen. Now, guys, while you're on this journey, oh my goodness, I can't stress enough. When you're cooking your food to help with your weight loss, when you're meal prepping, make sure if you get tired of eating something, if you know you're gonna get burnt out on something, freeze it. And that's what I did. I had made a pot of greens, and the people in my house, they don't really eat leftovers. I come from a family that eat leftovers. So what I do is I'll just break everything down and I'll freeze it. So I'm gonna try and bring in this video from my computer. Just give me a sec. Oh my goodness, this thing is just not letting me do it. I don't know why it's not letting me bring in the video. Let me see video file. Okay, video file, it'll let me do video file. That's how you have to do it. Hey guys, I got my little parsley right here. You see? Oh, look at that, y'all. The finishing touch. That parsley make it pop, 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 pop. You know what? If your food don't look good, then it's not worth cooking. Right? Right. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? All right. Let's take a picture of it. All right, guys. So you got to see it. So yeah, that was the soy noodles, and that was only 2 packs, guys. Two, and the packs were this little. I'm sorry. I'm learning this camera on this computer. It was delicious. It was so good, and I used the sauce packet that came with it, and then I added some nutritional yeast because I didn't want to add no more calories to it. And I had, like I said, I seared my chicken and onions all together in the sesame oil. And then I took half my chicken and I put it in my noodles. And then, like I said, I poured a little nutritional yeast on it. You don't need no seasoning because you got the seasoning from the seasoning packets. And that's it. And it was delicious. And I ate on that. Oh, goodness. I think I ate on that for 3 days. Mind you, each pack is one serving. But because I added the chicken to it, I was able to eat on it for 3 days. You're welcome, cousin. Welcome. Glad you made it. So yeah, that was really, really good. Um, Now, also, you got to make sure you're drinking your water. I have made sure that at least, I try and drink at least 60 ounces of water a day. Since I had my surgery, it's hard to get the water in. Now, can I ask you guys, Trina girl, cousin, um, anyone who's watching, everyone who's watching, did any of you guys hear me tell about the weight loss, the weight gain when I started? About how I didn't realize I was weighing 439 pounds. But I'll say it again. I didn't realize I was weighing 439 pounds, guys, really until one day when I went into Sam's Club. And I was doing some shopping and my back and legs started hurting. And I had to sit down on a pallet of water. No, I didn't sit down on the water just like that. I put my coat down and then I sat down because I could not walk any further. And my back and legs was hurting me so bad till I had to sit down. And that was my first notion of how much weight I had gained. And thank God for the gastric bypass, because by the time I got to Georgia, I was weighing 416 pounds, and it was still the same thing. It hadn't nothing changed from 439 to 416. Trust me, I was still bad off. And like I had said, it was also hard on me when I was on Amtrak catching the train to work. One day I couldn't fit in one of the restrooms that was upstairs. And making a long story short, the stairs is like this narrow on the train, and on one of the train going upstairs was so narrow I could barely fit going up the stairs. I was going up to buy me a cup of coffee, and this one car had a little bitty spot where you can go and get it. Oh yeah, Trina girl, it was bad, and I couldn't hardly get up the stairs, and I had to use the bathroom on the train. And they have these huge bathrooms downstairs, really nice, huge bathrooms. Well, someone was in there. And I wind up having to go look for another bathroom. And I went to find another large bathroom through another train car. Mind you, I'm so big, I'm walking through the aisle just hitting people, just having to say, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. And then I got to the other downstairs was where all the big restrooms are. And I got there, somebody was in that one. So I had to use the one upstairs. Didn't realize that I couldn't fit in the bathroom. The doors were smaller than the ones on the plane. I was so embarrassed. Yeah, cousin, yeah. And I couldn't fit in that bathroom, and it was so embarrassing. I looked around to make sure nobody could see me, and because I couldn't, 439 pounds, I couldn't fit through the door. Um, and then it happened again when I flew on the plane. I was where was I going? I don't know. Paulette and I were on the plane. We were going. I think we were flying into Miami to do a cruise, and we were on one of the new Delta planes. And when I tell you, I had never seen this before, but they had 3 bathrooms in the back. We didn't fly first class on this go round. I generally fly first class, but it was so much cheaper to get 2 seats than first class this go round. I forgave the first class seats, which have the bigger restroom up in the front of the plane, and I got 2. We bought 3 seats. That way nobody sits between Paulette and I, because I was so large. We always bought the whole row on the plane when we travel. And people don't understand. People say, oh yeah, you buy you 2 seats just so you can be comfortable. And I was not buying the 2 seats for me to be comfortable. I was buying the 2 seats so the person sitting next to me could be comfortable. That was my main concern, because I felt it was unfair for me weighing 439 pounds and my body all over in their seat. So I would buy 2 seats. So this time I bought 3 seats. Well, to make a long story short, we on the new Delta plane. I could always go to the bathrooms in the back of the plane or the front. I could squeeze in. It was hard. It was tight. I mean, I can get in there and do my business. It was tight, but I could get in there. Child, well, I couldn't get through the door on the plane. It was 3 bathrooms in the back of the airplane. And I said, wait a minute, I just flew. And I know I ain't gained no more weight. I hadn't gained no more weight. I could not fit through that door. I kid you not. And I'm not ashamed to say it. Your girl had an accident. Yes, I did. I couldn't hold it. I'm on a 6 hour, we was on a 7 hour flight. And then we had to sit on the tarmac. What made it worse was because we had to sit on the tarmac for almost an hour before the plane took off. So our flight wound up being like 7 to 8 hours. Oh no, that was when we were going to we were going to Hawaii, I think, that time. And I refused to get off that plane. I was so embarrassed. I refused to get off that plane. And I just sat there and I said, nope, I'm not getting off this plane. And I told him, I said, no, let everybody go. Let everybody go. Let everybody go. Because I hadn't drank no water or anything. So it was strong. So I got up, and luckily I had on all black. And I got off the plane. The wheelchair was there because I was so big. I always had to have a wheelchair assist. So the person was there with the wheelchair, and I had them take me straight to the restroom, and I cleaned myself up, changed my clothes, because I always, ladies and gentlemen, always take clothes with you on the plane. Anything can happen. And I've always done that, even before I got big. I always had extra set of clothing, underclothes and stuff with me on the plane. So I cleaned myself up, and I tell you, that was the most embarrassing moment ever. And your girl got it together. And I said, never again. And that's when I knew for a fact that I was going to go through with this surgery, because all the other ones I backed out of. This one, I stuck with it. So last, we did the healthy foods and staying on track. How I stay on track is my Lose It app. I use the Lose It app daily. I put in everything I eat on this. I don't know if you can, let me see. Oh, God. I'm trying to show you. It's called the Lose It app. And I put everything on it and to track my food. And you can download it on Galaxy or Apple. And yeah, my Lose It app is a lifesaver. It keeps me grounded with the right foods that I eat. So that's how I stay on track. And what I'm trying to learn to do is stay on track when I go shopping, because I always veer off and buy something I don't need and bring it into this house. But if you didn't hear me earlier, I am now down to 270 pounds. Yay! Ooh, thank God. It's been a struggle, but I made it. So with that being said, do anybody have any questions for me, anything they want to talk about before we go? We've been on for about, it's not telling me how long I've been on. I think I've been on for an hour though, because I came on at 9:30, about 9:30, 9:35. Yeah, I came on at 9:35. So anybody have any questions regarding my story and my weight loss journey, or about eating, about the gastric bypass or the sleeve if you're looking to have it? If not, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. You're welcome, Trina girl. And cousin, if you're there, thank you for stopping by and seeing me. And I wish you all the best. Bye for now. I will be uploading a video on Sunday. Okay? So look for that.